All right, y'all. Come on. This is Narc Abuse No More with your host, Dr. and Evangelist K.L. Rich. We're here to help you admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse. How y'all doing today on this lovely July the 25th? Oh, this is Narc Abuse No More. I pray that you are having a blessed and wonderful day so far, and that the remainder of this day will be narcissistic free, stress free, abuse free. Oh man, you know what? I had to come and then just make this impromptu video because, as you all know, I'm not on the regular schedule with Narc Abuse No More. We're just doing impromptu videos, but I had to do this particular video, or should I say, this podcast today, because I had listened to this pastor, just had me laughing. And I thought it was funny. He was giving dating tips and relationship tips. And so he it's funny. This pastor's hilarious, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he was giving his congregation some dating tips or whatever. And so basically he told the congregation about 4 steps that he suggests you take when you're dating. So on the first date, he told the congregation that the men should take the women to, and I'm generalizing this because I'm not sure if he was meaning just for everybody or whatever, but this is basically what I guess he would do, assuming he's single or whatever. I know he's single, but I don't know if he's started dating someone just yet or whatever. But anyway, he suggested that they take their potential date out, their first date, on a date to Starbucks. When he said Starbucks, I just rolled out laughing. Okay. He said Starbucks, and he said that you have the date in stages. So from Starbucks, then I guess you can graduate to the Golden Corral. Then from the Golden Corral, you can, I guess, graduate to a $100 dinner or something of that sort. So basically, he was like, well, some women want to go out on dates just so they can get a meal. He's not going to be the one that you're going to be able to get a meal from. So he's going to take you on the first date to Starbucks. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let me just say this, and to each his own. You know, he's free to do whatever he wants to do, and whoever he winds up dating, if that's what they go for, that's on them. However, one thing that, if you all have been following me for a long time, you know that I always stress and emphasize that you have to know your worth. Okay? You have to know your worth. Now, if you feel like you are a Starbucks woman, then you go for that Starbucks. Okay? Just go for it. If you feel like you are a Mickey D coffee, $1.99 coffee type of woman, you go for that Mickey D $1.99 type of coffee. But as for me and my house, let me tell you something, okay? I'm going to keep it real, all right? If a man ever, let me say, if you ever pull up to my house to take me on a date, and if you drop me by a Starbucks, let me just tell you what I'm going to do, all right? If you drive me to a Starbucks saying this is our first date, I'm gonna kindly look at you like you're crazy, get on my app, call an Uber, and take myself to the nearest Golden Corral. Okay? You can meet me there if you want to, but I'll be doggone if you ever take me on a first date to Starbucks. All right. Let me you gotta be out your mind. Let me just say this. Now, to give him a little bit of credit, I will say this. There are women that will use a man just for a dinner. Okay. I've had friends that have done that. I'm not one that does that. I don't believe in doing that. I don't believe in using people. All right. So that he is correct about that. Women will do that. And therefore they will use you for that dinner. Oh, well, I just want to go out to eat. I wasn't really interested in him. So I just wanted to go out to eat. So therefore, yeah, I'm gonna just let him pay for it and everything, but I don't have no intentions of calling him again or whatever. If you're dealing with somebody on that level anyway, that's a person that you don't even want to get to know. Okay. So I will always say use spiritual discernment. I do believe that God will let you know before you even take that person out if this is a person that you really should even spend 15 minutes of your time with. All right. One thing I will say is that you are an investment. Okay. Young ladies, women, I'm nearly 50 years old. I'm 49. I'll be 50 on my next birthday next year, Lord willing. I don't have time to play them kind of games. Okay. You're not going to take me to a Starbucks and think that, oh, well, I'm going to see if they're a gold digger. I'm not a gold digger. I don't need you. I could go take myself to a Starbucks. If you think that I'm going to go sit up with you in a Starbucks on the first date, you absolutely out your mind. Now, I'm not saying you got to take me to $100 dinner or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. But the thing is that you would not degrade me by taking me. I'm talking about me. You do what you want to do. That's for you little teeny boppers and all that. But I'm not a teenager. You will not take me to a Starbucks. You have to have you have to know your value and know your self worth. Okay. Therefore, if you feel that I'm only worth Starbucks, then guess what? I'm not worth your time. Okay. I am an investment. And whoever takes me out on a date, should I accept that date? Okay. Because I don't have to accept it just because you offer it. Young ladies, young women. You don't have to accept a date just because someone offers it to you. All right. You select and you decide, is this person worth your time? If this person is worth your investment. You know your worth. You have to know your worth. And so if you feel like that you are that $1.99 cheeseburger, well, can't even hardly get those these days. Well, I'm just saying, if you feel like that, then that's for you. Now, if you're a teenager and you know your parents have let you go out on dates and y'all go to Starbucks, that's for you teeny boppers. But I'm a full grown woman. I want some chicken wings, some mashed potatoes, some greens, some collard greens, and all that kind of stuff. Don't. Absolutely. Come on now. Okay. Now, and the thing is that you definitely don't allow anybody to put you on a for sale sign. Okay, don't have them put you off on a clearance rack. You are not clearance. Okay, this is and let me use an example. I'm going to use and I've used this before, Chanel number 5. Okay, I like Chanel number 5. Chanel number 5 normally runs $175 and more. You're not going to hardly see Chanel number 5. I have never seen it for $55.99. Okay, why? Because Chanel knows its worth. Chanel goes by a name. When you hear the name Chanel, you're thinking quality. All right, so therefore, you would very seldom see Chanel number 5 original for $55.99. Okay, you're gonna pay $175 or more for Chanel number 5. Now I could be wrong, but I have never seen it. I'm waiting to still see that $55.99 because I would like to go buy it. All right. However, you're gonna be paying close to $200 with the taxes included for Chanel number 5 original. With that being said, you have to know your worth. You do not allow anyone to put you on a clearance rack. All right. So when you're saying that I'm going to allow this man to take me to a Starbucks to get a cup of coffee so we can talk to get to know each other. Absolutely not. I need to have talked to you before I go on a date with you to see if you're worth my time even going out on a date with. And therefore, I will determine if I will allow you to take me on a date. Now, should you decide that you're going to take me to a Starbucks, that will be the first and the last date that we will have. Absolutely. All right. You have to set your standards. You have to set your boundaries, and you have to know your worth. All right. Now, I thought it was funny. Okay. I'm like, is he talking to a group of teenagers? No, he was talking to he was talking to some full grown people. Now that's okay if you're gonna talk to some teenagers and say go to Starbucks before you go to the Golden Corral, and then after you go to the Golden Corral, you might want to step. Oh, that's for teenagers, but absolutely not. If you're a full grown individual, I ain't got time to play them kind of games. Now I ain't saying we gotta go to a $200 meal or whatever, but at the same time, you have to know your worth. Now, if you think you're only worth a Starbucks coffee, then I'm only worth, okay, then that's what they're going to treat you as. Now, if you say, you know what, absolutely not. I know my worth. I know my value. My time is money spent, money earned. So therefore, and you're not being a gold digger because you have requirements, all right? Just because you say, I'm not going to settle, does not mean that you are a gold digger. Hey, I could take myself out to dinner, all right, but I'm allowing I'm allowing you to be able to take me out because I know my worth, and I would like to get to know you to see what you're worth. Okay, so therefore, we're not going to do this game thing. You're either going to be upfront and real, and hey, we're going to do what we do. Go out, have a nice dinner, have some conversation, or whatever case may be. But we're not going to play these games. All right. Anybody who is in their 50s and above and they're talking about playing games is not the type of person that you want to invest your time with. Games, it used to be a commercial with this cereal called Tricks, and it said tricks are for kids, and that is true. Tricks are for kids. Games are for immature individuals. We don't have time to play that. All right. So if you're saying, "Oh, I want to get to know this person," get to know them over the telephone, okay, and therefore you can save everybody $1, all right, and time. But if you decide that hey, I'm going to go out with this person, I've talked to them, maybe on the landline or whatever case may be, the conversation was nice. I would like to talk face to face more, get to know this person. Don't play games, okay? You know your value. You don't have to settle for less. And don't feel that, oh, I'm desperate for a mate that I have to settle for games. We don't have time for games. We grown folk. We're going to keep it real. All right. We're up out of here. I pray that today's podcast, this short, brief podcast, has been a blessing to you and that you would know your feelings do matter. Until next time.